How's it going? Hope you're having a good day. Welcome back. I had to restart OBS, so sorry about that. But we are back in the hunt here. So let's get into it. So like I said, we had some technical issues with the 8.2 mod. Updated this mod that was causing us some problems. So I had to spend a day testing to find out what the problem was. Well, not a full day, but I had to complete the same mission 8 times to feel fairly comfortable that we resolved the issue. So let's get back into it. So we got a Star-Crossed Lovers, which is a dual. We have Reconquest. Let's do the duel here. Let's see. Alright, so I can take any mechs that I want, but they can only be 100 tons or I can only take 2. So what do I want to do here? I've got lots of good choices. So I think I'm actually going to go with my Mackie and my Awesome here. I could go with my Wraith, but my Wraith is being repaired. And I don't... Well, let's see. Something with a tagging ability if I'm going to take anything lighter. I haven't put a tag on these new fire starters that I just put together. Yeah, let's not be complicated. Let's just go with the Mackie and the Awesome. Let's roll. I want to thank everybody for joining us. We're doing a quick duel just to... get back into the rhythm here. If you missed us yesterday, sorry about that. We did have a issue with a software conflict or a driver conflict with the update of 8.2, but I've done some trial and error, and I wanted to give a shout out to the support people at BattleTech Advanced Discord. I recommend everybody who plays this game to be a regular on the Discord over there. They were able to work through some trial and error with me and get it up and running. So they have a software enhancement they put in called a performance enhancement, which is supposed to help people that don't have really good game cards. But since I do, it was actually causing a conflict and causing my game card not to function correctly. So that's why we were getting crashes yesterday. So cross your fingers. I think I've beta tested this enough to know that we're not going to have any issues. So let's jump in. This duel is a good opportunity for us to see if we fix the problem. All right.
Time to earn our money.
All right, so we got our Awesome. And we have our Mackie. Our Mackie's going to be trying to overheat the enemy. And our Awesome is going to be doing sensor locks and headshots. That's going to be our goal here.
Let's move.
See what we're up against. Got a 70-tonner and a 70-tonner. So theoretically, we should be okay. Ideally, these would be the same mech, so we could get maybe a mech out of this if we were extremely lucky. We'll see what happens. Alright. 2 Warhammers?
Good to go.
Did we end up with
Waiting
2
for orders.
Warhammers here? Hey, M. Simmons. How are you? Good to have you back. Sorry about our technical issues. Oh, we got a guillotine and a Warhammer. Okay. So I actually do really like the guillotine more than I like the Warhammer. But we need to get a tag on this guillotine. So let's do some spray and pray and hope we get a tag. Nope, no luck on a tag there.
How can I help?
Alright, so let's move up our Mackie.
Moving out.
Alright, our Mackie can hit that guillotine. So we're hoping... Let's do precision strike here, because what I want to do is see if we can overheat one of these enemies as quick as possible.
Affirmative.
How are things going for you, M. Simmons? Any adventures in the kitchen? You always you always have some adventures to tell me about in the kitchen
Slight damage. Hold in
that
fire.
always make me hungry afterwards. Alright, that guillotine is going to be heating himself up pretty quickly here. He's using his jump jets after we hit him with a whole bunch of heat, so hopefully
Come on, people. Let's
that
make
will
it
start
happen.
to impact him. Alright, we're going to pull back our awesome a little bit. Alright, like I said, I'd rather get as many parts as possible on the guillotine than the Warhammer. So let's focus on taking out this Warhammer first. It's also the best hit percent chances here. We'll get a tag.
I've got your back.
Alright, we gotta be very careful with our Mackie here.
Roger.
I don't want him engaged in brawling, if at all possible. Low hit percent chances on the guillotine, but we should still get the area effect weapon of the sniper artillery, so
Giving him everything I've got.
we're still going to take this shot. Alright, slowly increasing the heat on that guillotine, and he keeps jumping, which helps a lot. Oh, M. Simmons is making me hungry. He made hash browns with hot sauce and shredded cheese with fried egg and bacon bits on the top. Well, considering M. Simmons, I had cold cereal this morning. Your breakfast sounds a lot better than mine, I gotta say. Alright, that Warhammer. That Warhammer's really hot. It would probably overheat if it wasn't in that water.
Power up detected.
Looks like the
Commander.
guillotine... Somebody shut down.
Order
It
acknowledged.
can't be the guillotine because they just... I'm confused. I'm confused by that sound effect because the Warhammer shot, but then it gave us the Battletech Battlemech startup initiated, which doesn't make any sense to me. Alright, let's do precision strike here. And let's go for the head. Not that I want a lot of Warhammer parts, but,
Copy that, Commander.
you know, I mean, I could certainly use a Warhammer. But more importantly, I'm trying to take an enemy out quickly here.
That hit something good.
Good hits on that Warhammer.
How can I help? Confirmed.
Alright, let's keep working on shutting down that guillotine.
I'm here.
We're going to keep working on shutting down that guillotine.
Acknowledged.
And we're going to ignore that guillotine for now. And really focus in on trying to get rid of this Warhammer. There we go. There goes the Warhammer.
Looks like I'll need a new
Oh,
target.
good. One part. Good. We want to get as many parts as possible out of this guillotine. He is jumping around a lot.
I'm taking some serious hits.
And he's really pushing the red line heat-wise.
Affirmative.
Alright, I got 2 more Inferno shots for our Mackie here, so we got to make the most of them. Alright, there's a significant amount of heat added to the guillotine. Hopefully he'll shoot here and overheat. That's the best case scenario here. Let's see what happens.
I'm losing armor bad.
Yep, good. He overheated. Oh, and he killed himself. No! No, that's not what we wanted. We wanted him to overheat and shut down, not overheat and kill himself. Alright, but the good news is we got through a mission without a crash. So hopefully that means our crashes are behind us. I'd rather have the guillotine than the Warhammer, although we ended up with both. Okay. M. Simmons, how's the stream looking on your end? Is it looking smooth? I just want to make sure we're not having any stream issues. Let's see. We should get engineering working on some stuff here. Yeah, we'll spend some money on the automation just to increase the tech points here. We actually have a fair amount of C-bills right now. I could go for the 3rd mech bay, but I don't think we need it right now. Maybe next time we'll go for the 3rd mech bay. Or do we have the 3rd mech bay already? No. We need the 3rd mech bay. Alright. So, I think we have 1 more mission on this planet. Oh no, 2 more. Hey Googles, we had a technical issue with the latest update of this mod. Through some trial and error and some help with the great people at the BTA tech support group. The help desk was able to work with me through some trial and error to hopefully fix the problem. I'm 90% sure we fixed the problem. I probably just cursed myself by saying that, but I feel like we could say that. Alright, let's save the gauntlet for the next mission. Let's just do this destroy base mission. So basically, the what happened is they added some extra programming to the mod, which basically put T-bone in the grasshopper, which gave better performance for those that don't have good graphics cards, basically. Unfortunately, since I have a really good graphics card, it had the negative impact for me of messing up my performance and causing a conflict with my stream. But hey, it's fixed now. So, knock on wood, we won't have any more crashes. If anybody knows me, I was just as upset as you when we had problems with crashing yesterday. Not just because I want to put together a high quality stream for you guys, but also because I love my BattleTech in the morning. So, we do have some openings for some moderators. If you were interested in getting mod ability, our moderator ability for our streams, please reach out to me. We do have the ability to extend that out to make you more a part of our family, if that's something you would like to do. Basically, that gives you the ability to do polls. It gives you the ability to kick bots out or anybody else who's misbehaving. So certainly open to anybody else that wants to volunteer for that duty. In addition to that, I want to remind everybody we are gathering channel points for a BTA showdown between myself and IMG. It would be a tournament of 5 PvP rounds where we crown a king of Battletech Advanced for the channel. So what you do, if you want to apply your channel points for that, if you click on the bubble that's below send a message, if you click on that, it will give you an option to donate some of your channel points towards that challenge. So if you're interested in that, please use your channel points wisely, because we think it'll be a lot of fun. We'll set it up. We'll set it up so it's a prime time event. We'll give everybody plenty of notice. So, we'll probably plan it for like 2 weeks ahead of time, so everybody knows, can put it on their calendar and attend the event. So there you go. We have 2,000 total added to the BTA grudge match head-to-head Jeff versus IMG challenge. And we're now at exactly 50%. So we're halfway towards putting together the BTA challenge. And if it goes well, we might, mix it up a little bit. Like, let's say one of our viewers wants to challenge us in a grudge match of BTA. We'll certainly do that as well. All right. All right, so we have to destroy the enemy forces, secure the local government lands, one must survive, ensure local government lands safely evacs, one must survive, and we've got a lot of enemies on the field. This should be fun. So the big issue here is the forces that I'm protecting are way over there. So the good news is we can actually get the enemy trapped in between our two forces. The bad part of this is we need to move quickly to get into a position where we can take... Oh, Chomsuki has contributed 8,000 total points to the BTA grudge match head-to-head. So we are getting really close to completing that community challenge. And what we're going to do, again, is we're going to set it up. We'll set it up prime time. We'll have plenty of notice.
Copy that.
We'll probably do some testing off camera just to make sure everything will move smoothly. And then we'll set up a tournament. It'll be a 5-round tournament. We're still working out the details, but our initial thoughts are we're going to have a round of battle armor, light armor, medium, heavy, and then it's going to be player's choice, where the player could put together whatever lance they wish to put together. So that's our goal. That will be our goal here. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I call it a grudge match, but we're really good friends, and whoever wins is whoever wins. We're not going to be bitter tryhards about the whole thing, but It definitely will be fun to see who is going to be the king of BTA for a year. And then maybe next year we'll do it again. So maybe it'll be a recurring challenge every year, or maybe every quarter, or every 6 months, or something like that. Just to make things interesting. But we really appreciate the interest in the head-to-head challenge. It should be a lot of fun. Alright, so the friendly force has two
Receiving you.
lances, so they should be able to handle what's being thrown at them. But what we need to do is we need to push forward and get some of the enemy forces to start fighting me instead of just going after our allied forces. So there you see the allied forces are on top of the hill, and then we're pushing forward to... We're going to get lots of rear shots at the enemy here. Oh, alright, so they at least know that we're here, and they're sending some fire our way, which is good. You're fine. You're fine. Don't give me heavy damage. Ah, that poor Rosselhug Wolverine. There he goes. I feel bad for Rosselhog. If you're familiar with the lore, they really had a bad situation. So, the Rosselhog Republic is basically the result of a rebellion internally within House Kurita of a large group of planets that wish to break away and become free. So they rebelled. At the time, House Steiner and House Kurita were fighting a lot. So the solution became that they would allow the Rosselhag Republic to become its own country with the goal of setting up a... Ooh, there's a Star Slayer there. Alright, let's hit that Marsden. It doesn't necessarily help us very much, but hopefully it'll help our allies there. So the Rosselhag Republic was supposed to be a buffer zone in between House Steiner and House Kurita. So that's how they got their freedom. Not necessarily because they were the best freedom fighters, although they did win some significant battles. The houses decided that it was in their interest to have a buffer zone in between each of the major houses. So that's why the Rosselhag Republic started. And then just a few short years after that, once they got settled into being a republic, the clan decided to invade right through their territories and take the vast majority of the republic as theirs. So it's kind of a sad history for the Rosselhag Republic. Alright, let's get our Wraith in here. We need to start drawing as many of these enemy forces away from the allied forces we can here. So we got a Thunderbolt and a Heliopis. We should probably get this Heliopis off the map as quickly as possible. Alright, so that's who fired on our Dervish, because he's already turned to face us. So he's going to be our primary target right now. That's a lot of firepower that can attack our enemies. I want to encourage everyone to get involved in that chat room. If you have any questions about BattleTech, if you have any questions about this mod, please get involved in the chat room. If you give us a follow, you're entered into our monthly Funko Pop giveaway. However, if you involve yourself in chat, you're much more likely to get some rewards for being in chat in the way of our Funko Pop giveaway. So basically, the more you're involved with our channel, the more entries you get into our Funko Pop giveaway. As M. Simmons could tell you, because he succeeded in getting not one but 2 Funko Pops in the space of 30 days. Oh, we've got 4,000 more towards the BTA grudge match head-to-head. So it looks like that's going to happen. We're now at 18,000 in channel points. Really appreciate that, Googles. You know, we're going to set up that challenge with a lot of input from the community. So when the time comes, we're probably going to set up a chat room where we can kind of talk about what the rules will be for this challenge. We'll also do some testing offline just to make sure everything works smoothly. I've been told that PvP still works with BattleTech Advanced. I have not done it before. I have not done PvP in BattleTech Advanced for quite some time. Let's do some thunder rounds here on this grasshopper to help our allies, hopefully. We're trying to provide fire support as far out towards our friendly force as we can because we're half the map away. So I'm trying to help everybody on the other side of the map as much as we can. So we're definitely going to make this an event. It's going to be a lot of fun. There you go. Yes, M. Simmons is giving away the secret of how she got 2 Funko Pops in 1 month. I don't know if I want you giving that secret away, M. Simmons, but yes, you can win a Funko Pop either with your channel points or as part of the monthly drawing, one of the two. So again, congratulations to M. Simmons. We're glad that we're able to provide significant giveaways as part of our thank you to you for watching our channel. So 100% of our proceeds, whether it's from subscriptions, tips, or channel points, all go towards giving back to the community. So whether it's improving our equipment for better streams, which we did recently with IMG, or in giveaways, we really like to make sure everybody in our community is getting rewarded for being here. We're also greatly broadening the scope of the games that we have. We're always going to have BattleTech Advanced, unless they come up with a new version of BattleTech that's superior. But, you know, we have MechWarrior 5 on Wednesday nights. We also have Titanfall for those that like Titanfall. We also have Prey. I'm going to be finally starting my Elite Dangerous campaign. That's going to be this week, hopefully. I just haven't had the time to do an extra stream, but that should end probably this week or next week. We should get into a routine of having a stream in the afternoon. You feel rewarded when you guys are playing BTA. Oh, that's nice. Okay, everybody, you can thank Google's because I'm going to just cancel the giveaways because he thinks we don't need them anymore. Just kidding. I'm not going to do that.
Firing.
We're still going to have giveaways, but we appreciate that you feel that way, sir. Oh, great, Googles. Great. I'm going to be starting Elite Dangerous from scratch. So if you're looking for someone to watch who's going through Elite Dangerous from scratch, I'm your guy. I played it a couple hours before I had to move, but really we're going to be starting from scratch for Elite Dangerous. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I think Elite Dangerous is one of those games that they've done a really good job of adding content to and constantly upgrading the quality of the game. So even though it's an older game, with new content, they keep it alive. And one thing I really wish they would have done for BattleTech, to be honest with you, is I think they could have had an ongoing DLC run. I think they could have had a DLC every 6 months, and they would still be cranking out DLCs today. Because the DLCs for BattleTech were very popular. And I wish they would have committed to doing it. I understand that Harebrained Schemes wanted to move on to some other projects, but they probably could have had a division just working on DLCs, and they probably would have been pretty successful with it. But that's water over the bridge. Alright, we got a whole lot of vehicles out there. Let's go ahead and hit that grasshopper with some sniper artillery. That should help our allies. Uh-oh. Reinforcements, enemy reinforcements are coming onto the field. Alright, that reinforces the fact that we really need to push to get where we can be here. Oh, Dunkin' Donuts, do you need our Discord? Let me get that for you. 1 second. I will get the Discord. Normally we have a moderator that could help us with the Discords, but we don't have any at the moment. So give me 1 second. I will get you the Discord. Second. I'm just modifying it so it could be used by multiple people for the stream. And here's our Discord, Duncan. Thank you, Dunkin' Donuts. One of my favorite places to get a donut. This isn't the official Dunkin' Donuts account, is it?
Locking in all weapons.
If so, we're open to sponsorships. I don't think you are, but if you are, we are very open. We could be BTA, brought to you by Dunkin' Donuts. Come on. Doesn't that sound like a good idea? Yeah. Hey, I would be BTA brought to you by Acme Pest Control if it got us more stuff to give away to our fans. So... Hey, Skewed One. Haven't seen you in a couple days. Hopefully everything's going okay. You're just working, I assume. I'm sure things are going crazy in the testing universe. As everybody tries to get their COVID tests. I'm actually going for one tomorrow because I'm having a minor procedure. And they're requiring that I have the COVID test before I have the procedure. So I'll be going in and getting tested myself. We're just working through this tag team gauntlet mission. We have to destroy the Rosalhog forces and escort our allies to their evac zone. One of the things I like about these missions is the fact that it does allow a lot of mechs to get on the field with this mission type. Hey, Skewed One got the vaccine. Congratulations, sir. You're one of the elite. There's been relatively few people that have gotten the vaccine. And since you're one of the healthcare workers that are keeping us safe, I'm glad to hear that you got that. You know, I live in Los Angeles County, and we're having all kinds of problems with our vaccine system. So we have 10.5 citizens in my county, and we've only distributed 200,000. Yeah, your frontline status. That's what I meant, Skewed One. So we've only had, for all of the people that we have 10.5 million people, we've only had 200,000 get the vaccine. Most of those are frontline people. So where I live, we're very worried that at that rate, it's going to take them a year to get everybody in our area the vaccine, which is a significant concern for me, obviously. So happy that we're not having any crashes. The Skewed One, you missed it yesterday, but with the 8.2 update, there was some of the... yeah, it is pretty bad, a Skewed One. With the 8.2 update, there was a problem. There was a conflict with my graphics card and some of the coding for BTA. So I had to do some trial and error because yesterday our game was crashing every time we got halfway through a mission. So I had to do some trial and error with the great people at the BTA Discord. I should actually put that in the Discord here, or in the chat. So give me 1 second. I should be able to invite you guys to the Discord. Alright, never 100 uses. Okay. So this is the Discord for BattleTech Advanced. That's the official BattleTech Advanced Discord. So if you're ever having any problems with this game, technical support problems, and I can't help you, you can also go there. No, a Skewed One. As you can see, our coloring looks a lot better now, too. For some reason, there was a filter that got into our game capture that shouldn't have been there, and that was causing some of our color issues. Oh, so they overruled the government officials, Google's, about how... So the government officials overruled Pfizer about how to use their product. That's never a good idea.
Let's move.
That is a bad idea. Yeah, so IMG... So we ended up ending our stream short yesterday simply because we are crashing every mission, which kind of takes the fun away from playing BattleTech.
Locking target.
So I talked to the good people at the BTA Discord. We worked through the problem, and then I beta tested it about 8 times, the same mission 8 times yesterday, just to make sure that it worked correct. So I got really good at that mission. Let me tell you, there's nothing more fun than playing the same mission 8 times in a row with the same enemies. But hey, I got really good at it. But it's working now, so we're back on track. But as of last night, I was really frustrated I might not be able to stream this morning. But we got the problem fixed. So excited about that. We got a good 45 more minutes to do hopefully this mission and one more. Depending on how this mission goes. These gauntlet missions do take a long time, so we'll see. But they're so much fun because these gauntlet missions, you don't get them very often, and you can have up to 32 mechs on the field at the same time. I think that's my all-time record, is I played one of these missions and I got 32 mechs on the field at the same time. Ah, that's right, Askewed One, you did a fresh start. I have a Mackie as my artillery wagon, and I can't do without it. So, this Mackie that I put together has plasma rifles and sniper artillery, and its whole goal is just to cause enemies to overheat. That's the whole reason I have that mech. Let's hit that grasshopper again. Alright, there we go. More enemies to the party. Nice. More salvage, more salvage. But we're going to have to push to really get as much fire on this enemy force as we can. Because our allies have to, at least one of our allies from each of these lances has to survive. So at least 2 friendly mechs have to survive. So we have to make the most of this here. So we got a Jagger mech. Let's hit that hard. Because it's got dual Gosses. Nice. Nice hits there on the Jagger mech. Comstar stomped you when you had yourself a Mackie artillery wagon. I'm telling you that the Mackie, I think, is the best artillery wagon you could put together because it has the 100 tons. It has the pod space for multiple artillery pieces. And it's got a decent amount of armor and cooling abilities. So I really like the Mackie as a battle wagon for artillery. It works out really well. Alright, let's push in. Alright, we can't... Oh, the gauntlet type mission. Oh, I see a skewed one. Yeah, the gauntlet missions are tough because the enemy has a ton of enemies and they just keep dropping and dropping and dropping. So it wouldn't be so bad if it wasn't for the fact that you have to make sure that your friendly units survive. That's the tricky part of the mission. Not completing the mission, but that your allies have to survive. So we're trying to push forward as quickly as we can and help our allies as much as possible to survive here. Luckily, they have 2 pretty solid lances, our allies, so they should be able to survive until we could take out the enemy. But they're going to keep sending more and more leopards into this area full of mechs. So the challenge is to destroy enemies faster than they get brought in on leopards, or you're in real trouble. Alright, thankfully our allies are helping us a little bit here. Oof. That allied marauder is getting beat up pretty well. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, it's always tricky, and that's where the skulls in the difficulty level really come into play in this game. So, for Battletech, whenever you get the skulls or the stars for the difficulty, it's only for the initial enemy force that's programmed in. And then the AI will give you some random things like a enemy support lance or multiple enemy support lances. And that is really what changes the... Ooh, let's put some thunder ammo in on that enemy force right there. That's what really impacts the difficulty level for some of these missions, is when they throw those variables at you where they send additional enemy lances or they send reinforcements or something like that, that really can increase the level of difficulty well above what the star rating is for the mission. So, and then clans take the star rating up to a whole nother level as well. So it's complicated. It's complicated. But the key in my experience is to just focus on the enemies in front of you and let the rest sort itself out. And when you're in a situation like this where you're completely outnumbered, you just kill enemies as quickly as you can. You don't try to maximize salvage. You don't try to be cute. You don't say, hey, that mech has a snub-nosed PPC. I want to make sure that I get that in salvage. No, you just go for the kill. Just like in a regular Battletech battle, in lore, you wouldn't be sitting there saying, well, you know what? I really would like that snub-nosed PPC on that one mech, so I'm going to attack that mech instead. No, you would attack whatever was in front of you that you could kill quickly. I'd love to kill this Heliopist, speaking of which. So Skewed One, that definitely sounds like it was a handful, that mission. Did you consider withdrawing from that mission, Skewed One? Because early on in your career, there's nothing wrong. Oh, come on.
Mission failed.
Alright, the enemy our Lance died before we could... It was impossible to suffer no friendly injuries from that mission. I don't see how we could have done that. Alright, so at least we got a good effort. Good faith effort. That mission was really hard. At least we didn't suffer any damage. Let's see. We've got a chance to take a Wolverine part. Ooh, Apollo. Yes, please. We'll take Apollo. Thank you very much. That just made this mission worth it right there. That's good, the Skewed One. Sometimes, and I know some people that are watching the stream are either about to start Battletech Advanced or are just starting it right now for the first time. There's nothing wrong with withdrawing from a mission. Especially very early on in your campaign. It's not worth losing multiple mechs just to complete the mission. But all of your 6 had taken at least some amount of structural damage. So hopefully the salvage was worth it. I mean, that's the reason that you want to withdraw sometimes, is if the salvage isn't worth the damage that you're going to take, then don't take the mission. It's that simple. Alright, we got one more mission on this planet unless we improve our reputation enough with the host planet that we can get some extra missions. Alright, we can keep the same lance as a destroy base mission. Too bad we didn't complete that gauntlet, but at least we did get a Apollo Gaian system out of it, which is really hard to find. So I'm happy to get one of those for that mission. And we didn't take any damage either. So that was a classic example of a mission that no matter what, there's no way for you to succeed. Skewed One, you've been gone for a couple days, so just wanted to give you an update. IMG and myself are going to have a Battletech showdown where we play PvP for 5 rounds to determine who is the king of Battletech Advanced on our channel. The way you can make that happen, Skewed One and everyone else, is if you click on the bubble below the send a message in the chat, you can actually dedicate some of your channel points towards that head-to-head battle. We're going to be setting it up in prime time and give you plenty of time in advance so you know when that showdown is going to happen. We're hoping that we're going to have a commentator that will do the play-by-play as well. Ooh, there you go. Skewed One just contributed 2,000 total points to the BTA grudge match head-to-head. Thank you, Skewed One. We are 5,000 channel points away from having approval from you to do that showdown. So show your interest in the showdown by committing those channel points to the showdown.
Affirmative.
It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a nice little community event. We're going to we're going to ramp up the rivalry before it happens to make it lots of fun. And we'll see who is the BTA champion of our Discord. Well, Skewed One, you can donate 2,000 points a day if you choose to do so. You have way too many points, Skewed One. You should really try to cash some of those in. You can get yourself a Funko Pop if you would like. I'm happy to get you a Funko Pop. You can also get yourself a free subscription to our channel, which I know you already subscribe. But we really appreciate the support. If it wasn't for people like you, Skewed One, we wouldn't be here. So, thank you. Alright, let's see if we can push through this mission. We have a half hour left, so I don't know if we're going to be able to do more than this mission. We'll have to see what happens here.
Minimal damage on that hit.
Oh, understood, Skewed One. Well, I appreciate your stance on that. You know, channel points are kind of a freebie, and usually they go towards things that don't cost the streamer anything. Mostly it's just bragging rights or special icons in the chat rooms, but we like to give back to our community, so that's why we are doing what we're doing as far as giving everybody some free stuff Everybody loves free stuff. And generally, I've found a lot of people really enjoy the Funko Pops. They're fun. There's something that they wouldn't buy for themselves necessarily, but it's something that they enjoy having. So that's why I chose the Funko Pops. They're just a lot of fun, and some people like them, but they wouldn't want to spend the money on them. So that's why we like to give them away.
Locking on.
That Kintaro would be some good salvage. I do like Kintaros. We could use another brawler. I like my Dervish in its weight class, but it doesn't really have the armor I would like to have. But the Dervish, especially the 10K with MRMs, is a beast of a mech for 55 tons. Absolutely a beast. And just as I say that, it gets wrecked. Ugh.
Weapon system down.
That's not good.
They're banging through my armor.
I can't believe, as soon as I gave the Dervish
Lots of armor.
props, what happens? It gets taken out.
10-4.
You have an Ostel. Do you like Ostels? I am not a fan of Ostels. You know, anything in the 60-ton range is really hard because I feel like they don't have the staying power to stay with heavier mechs, and they don't have that much more than mediums. So I have a hard time. Oh, that's right. You like lasers. IMG, a skewed one likes this pew pew pew. All right, let's keep our. Wraith evasive. All right, so we got a Crusader here. Ooh, this is really good salvage. We should probably get a tag on this. I would like to upgrade my Dervish for a Crusader. Crusaders make really good missile boats. You know, they are a little thin on armor, but they have more armor than a Dervish. But they are really good. Ooh, we have a primitive Heliopis here. We should probably try to take this thing out. Lots of good enemies here. Should probably take that Heliopis out because it has sniper artillery. Yeah, that's why I'm not a fan of the Ostel skewed one. Heat management is worse than a quick draw. And quick draws are really bad at heat management. So that's definitely a problem with that mech. Got a Griffin, Crusader. Let's put some Artemis on that Heliopis. I just need to take this Heliopis out as quickly as possible. That sniper cannon makes that Heliopis dangerous, but it's a primitive Heliopis, so we should be able to take it out quickly. So we should probably push in on that Heliopis.
Primitive.
Yeah, it's going to be really fun to play PvP versus IMG. Because it's going to be a lot more complex strategy than we usually see in Battletech Advanced. Because it's going to be two humans playing against each other. So I'm really curious to see how the strategy and gameplay will go. I haven't played PvP in Battletech. Battletech, this Battletech, I have played in other versions of Battletech, of course. Mech Warrior Online, Mech Warrior 5, etc. But it'll be a lot of fun to play PvP in Battletech Advanced. I'm excited about it. especially against IMG because he is a really good opponent.
Copy that.
IMG is a really great. He's very knowledgeable on this game.
Here we go. Punch right.
All right, we got a knockdown. Yeah, double heat sinks does help, but still, anytime you have 100% laser build, heat is always going to be your big problem. Ooh, hard hit on our Wraith there.
Armor.
Even though our Wraith was highly evasive, that was a lucky strike there. No, somebody's remastering the old BattleTech cartoon? Is this a official thing or is this something on YouTube? You know, the BattleTech cartoon
Reporting.
is a real catch-22 for me because it did bring BattleTech to a lot of kids, but it was so incorrect in all of its lore. It was very sickening. If you knew the backstory of BattleTech, it was hard not to get frustrated with that cartoon. But if you were just a kid and you're like, hey, there's stompy robots
Fire.
fighting each other, it was a pretty good cartoon. Oh, my Wraith is getting hammered here. This is more than a 3-skull mission, I'm telling you right now. You know, I really would love to see somebody, maybe like TNT, come up, or Amazon Prime or Netflix, come up with some sort of a BattleTech TV show. I think BattleTech as a TV show would actually do pretty well. You've got stompy robots, you have political intrigue, you have romance. I mean, there really is all of the elements for a really cool TV show if they put one together. I don't think it'll ever happen, but if they did, it would be good. Okay, so Skewed One says Renegade HPG has been putting them on YouTube, but they're working with Art of BattleTech. Okay. That's kind of an interesting project. I don't know if there's enough in the BattleTech cartoons for a remastering to really make things a lot better, unfortunately. I think they'd be better off just doing a live action BattleTech TV show. I think that would be awesome. If I knew someone that had the connections to make that happen, I would love to push that project. Obviously, I don't.
On my way.
But when you think about it, if you know BattleTech lore, it really lends itself to some sort of a TV show because there's a lot of things going for it. All right, let's see if we can take out some of these turrets. You know, like I said, they've got political intrigue, they've got romance, you've got strategy, you've got stompy mechs. I mean, theoretically, it would be a great game, a great TV show to put together. I think it would be glorious if they could put something like that together. I think it would be popular. Your budget is going to have to be pretty good to support all the CGI you need. But you could start out with just maybe a mech company. Like maybe you could base it on this game, right? So you could just have one lance of 4, and then they would fight another lance of 4 or 5 on a weekly basis as kind of the finale for each show. And then you could have some political intrigue mixed in as well. I think it would be a viable TV show, but you'd have to get some deep pockets to make it happen.
Enemy structure is weakening.
But I think it's a genre and a topic that could bring in inexperienced people. You know, if people will go see that that other movie. What was the name of that other movie? I'm drawing a blank. Those 2 movies where we had the demons coming from another dimension, and we had to fight them in the rift. I can't remember the name for the life of me. You know, it was really cool because we had stompy robots, but the story was awful. If they could do something like that, then they could certainly do something with BattleTech and be very successful. Pacific Rim. Yeah, that's right, Askewed One. Sorry. I had a brain freeze there. But Pacific Rim
Talk to me.
had a lot of things going for it, except, you know, the story was kind of a little far-fetched, right? So,
I am moving in.
but the action was amazing. So imagine if you could do something similar with BattleTech. I think it would be very successful. All right, let's see if we could shut down this Crusader with some heat here.
Triggering an alpha strike.
Nice hit of heat on that Crusader. Yeah, so if they could take BattleTech and put it into a TV series, I think it would be amazing. I mean, I've seen TV shows built on a lot worse than BattleTech, let me tell you. Because BattleTech has a really deep background and lore. You know, I'm not going to say it's as good as Star Wars. But then again, Star Wars has had multiple TV shows and multiple movies. But, you know, I think the bones are there for a really good TV show if they did it right about BattleTech. You know, even if they had to do cartoon, but they made it a high-quality cartoon, like something you saw with Clone Wars. If they could take the quality of Clone Wars and put it into BattleTech, then I think they could make it even a cartoon and be successful. But the challenge with cartoons is some people are really obsessed with, oh, it's a cartoon, it's not
Good to go.
live action.
Ready for
Well,
orders.
a cartoon is just a story told in a
On my way.
graphic way instead of a digital visual way. It's the same thing. I mean, I've seen plenty of cartoon series that have better scripts than some of the stuff you see on TV.
One less turret.
Yeah, I mean, I think there is a place for a BattleTech TV show. And I think
Damage minimal.
Orders.
yeah, Robotech and BattleTech. I mean, Robotech was great. When I was a kid, Robotech was a big part of
Confirm.
me as a kid. I would run home every day so I could watch Robotech on TV. It was just a big part of who I was as a kid, was running home to watch Robotech. And the cool thing about Robotech was that there was so many shows that a season would last a good 6 or 9 months of watching every day. So that was one of the things I loved about that series as a kid, is because there were so many episodes that literally, if you watched an episode every day of BattleTech, just one episode a day, it would still take you a year and a half to complete all of the series. I mean, that's a lot of episodes. You know, that's another thing they could probably dust off and do BattleTech, but then, well, that's really the issue, is if you did BattleTech, anybody who knows anything about BattleTech knows that there's a lot of fighting over who owns the intellectual property for BattleTech. So I'm sure as soon as you started pumping out a TV show, you'd end up in court fighting over who has the rights to the TV show. Because the rights for BattleTech are a big mess. As of now, you would have to get Microsoft involved, which isn't that hard, because what you could do is simply say, hey, BattleTech brought to you by Microsoft, and give them a couple commercials during the show, and they would be happy. So I think you could work around the fact that Microsoft owns the IP for BattleTech just by giving them some sort of advertising. Maybe you can even have computers in the background powered by Microsoft of the future or something like that. I think that would be funny.
Targeted for an alpha strike.
Alright, there goes that Crusader. This is actually pretty strong opposition for a 3-skull mission. We got a Crusader, we've got a Kintaro, we had a Heliopis. So, I mean, I think you could really make a great BattleTech TV show. But the key is, you would want to do it... You'd have to be very careful about how it got developed. You'd want to see it developed like we saw The Mandalorian developed, or Battlestar Galactica got developed.
Got my attention.
In a way that is commercial, because it has to be commercial, but still holds true to the basics of the TV show that everybody likes. Microsoft of the future, I think it would look the same. We know the GM makes the Marauder. You are correct there. We do know that. It's kind of funny. Every time I see GM in BattleTech, it kind of makes me laugh. Because when BattleTech came out, GM was the most powerful manufacturing corporation in the world. And that's why BattleTech made the assumption that GM would be around thousands of years in the future. You could go one step further, right? So what if we had the Amazon of the future? Maybe you would make an order with Amazon of the future, and they would deliver a battle mech to you in 2 days. That would be kind of funny. That would be kind of funny. All right, we have another Heliopis. Wow.
Taking the shot.
Now I know where all this firepower is coming from. We had not one but 2 Heliopises on the map.
Standing by.
This is definitely a lot of firepower for a 3-skull mission, I gotta say. All right, let's go for a kick on the Shadowhawk. Amazon secretly becomes Comstar. Yeah, it could be. It could be. I like the idea of saying, hey, I need a new Battle Master. I'm going to go on to Amazon and order it, and they'll have it to me in 2 days for the big battle. That would be funny. That would be very funny. All right. All right, the enemy is really smoking hot here. Keep going after my dervish. Not what I want.
Not much armor left. Okay,
But the Guitarro blew himself up. Also not what I want. That's at least 2 enemies that I've caused to blow up with my Inferno. That's why sniper, a mech with sniper and Inferno artillery
reporting.
can be the equivalent of having another lance with you, because they can do things like this. Alright, our dervish got knocked down. That's true. Amazon did really get in the news lately because they've been shutting down some of the conspiracy theorist sites. Let's see. Oh, that was... Alright, so let's... I don't want to do a stomp with my archer, because it's kind of a waste of his firepower. Let's pull the archer back a little bit. What can we do? What can we go after with the archer? The griffin. Probably the heliopis. Yeah, that is a good choice right there. Let's see if we can break that sniper artillery, shall we? Not enough hits on the shoulder. Hey, Andre, thank you for stopping by today. Andre, I do want to follow up with you. I think the artwork that you sent me was really, really good. I think you're being far too critical of yourself, because I actually do think that that is a really good...
No shooting, just running.
That drawing was really nice. I liked a lot of what you did. So, I think you don't give yourself enough credit with your drawing ability. In fact, Andre, if I set up a separate room for you in our Discord, I would love for you to post that stuff so everybody on the channel could take a look at your artwork. Would that be something you would like to do? Because I could set that up for you.
Get him banged up pretty good.
Maybe we could just call it the art gallery,
Reporting major armor
and
loss.
anybody who wants to post art in there can post art in there for feedback. I think that would be cool. I'd be happy to do that if that's something that you would be interested in. All right, so that Vindicator took overheated, so let's do some headshots on that Vindicator. Yeah, I'll set that up for you today, Andre, and I'll send you a note when I set that that up in our Discord. I think it would be cool just to have a art studio or art gallery